Do 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 do. Testing the audio. Testing. Audio is working. Woohoo! Good morning and welcome back, everybody. This is Pharaon the Gnome. We're playing Lord of the Rings online. It is Saturday. What is today's date? It is Saturday, March 14th, 2026, about 9:51 a.m. I actually made it for Saturday morning Lotro. We're going to have a little fun here before I head out and do things in the real world. And today I thought what I would do during this session is try to figure out my Guardian. I used a Valor on him a long time ago to take him from like level 30 or 40, something like that, up to 140. And when I did that, it kind of ruined it for me because I had no idea how to play him. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in here and we're going to figure this character out, get his different skills set up, his different trees. I'm going to do one for a tank build and one for a solo DPS build, and look at his LIs and maybe go do some content on him. Yep, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be playing Lorossi, my level 140 human Guardian. Let's get into this. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe key on youtube.com/Pharaon1 or the follow button over on twitch.tv/Pharaon. You can always go to Pharaon.com to find links to everything I do because I have multiple channels and multiple interests. I have Pharaon Plays Console Games where I have a ton of fun playing console games. Pharaon Plays Slots where I go waste my money so you don't have to, and you can watch me lose at slot machines. It's always fun. And all sorts of other stuff. If you're looking for a kinship, I run, let me hit the button here, bam, there we are. I run Lorebound Walkers on the Peregrine server. We are a family-friendly kinship where we believe that the journey is usually more important than the destination, and we love to read all the quest context and play through the game on multiple characters. I'm an altaholic, and most of the people that play with me are as well. So you can head over to Pharaon.com and find a link to our Discord server. Read the rules and regulations on there first, then go to the introductions channel, and you can introduce yourself, chat with us, and see if we'd be a good fit. With that said, let's get into playing our Guardian here. And Springfest just started, everybody. So keep in mind that you can head over and partake in the seasonal Springfest quest. There's tons of them. They added a new area this time, Kleeger. That's going to be super awesome. And you get all kinds of awesome cosmetics, pets, mounts, everything. When these seasonal events come around, it is a perfect time to get into the game or get back into the game if you've been away for a long time. And that being said, head over to Lotro.com, that's LOTRO.com, create an account, download the game, play for free, that's right. This is a free-to-play game that has an extremely good free-to-play model. Well, now, with all that said, let's check out our Guardian here. He definitely will not have his VIP items. Let's go over and talk to her. If you pay for a monthly subscription, you are what's considered a VIP. That's what they call their subscription service. And every 14 days, you need to go find Wenda Kransbell. Wenda, as some people would call her. Wenda Kransbell. She'll be at any of the housing districts, the center of the housing districts, or the major cities and stuff like Breland. Just look for the Boar Fountain. There'll be NPCs around it. Wenda will be there. You talk to her. You take her quest.
Something for me?
Turn her quest in.
Hello there.
And you get 2 items. The first one is this one here. You just right click it and that will make it to where that you take no item wear from combat, or prevents item wear from combat, crafting, and defeat. And it also accelerates your crafting time greatly, so when you're doing your crafting, the bar goes zip across real fast. And the other thing you get, the more important of the whole deal, is this little item. This will last for 14 days. That's why you gotta go back and talk to her again every 14 days. You right click this anywhere in the world, anytime, and you can open up a shop to buy, sell, and stuff like that. Open your vault, open your shared storage, open your wardrobe, open the auction house, or open your legendary item forge. So it is extremely awesome to have that. I bought a expansion, I think this was. Yes, Kingdoms of Harad. So we got some stuff here. We'll go ahead and open this up. What was this? Probably didn't need to open that one, but it's okay. I wanted to make sure I don't miss anything. And this one is going to be more wardrobe cosmetics. We'll just verify. Yes, it is. We want the mount. Our pets and stuff as well. So go ahead and grab those. And then we will throw away the rest of the stuff because I already have all of this in my wardrobe. Once you put it in your wardrobe, you don't need to have your cosmetic stuff anymore on any characters because you can just use the wardrobe to use it cosmetically. So we'll go ahead and get rid of all this. It's kind of a time waster having to get rid of this every time, but you know, it is what it is. I forget, what does this look like? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Do 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 do. He does have all of these slots, right? Yes. Okay, so I don't need these either. How's everybody doing this wonderful Saturday morning? Thank God the work week is over. Oh my God. What a painful week at work this week. Oh, everything imploding. Work, work, work. Fix, fix, fix. It was one of those weeks. Let's see. Okay, so first off, let's check his LIs. Legendary item forge. No items need to be reforged. Okay. He has his big two-hander and his belt. Oh, and he should have... Do I not have a single? Have I never bought him a shield and sword? I may have to go do that. I did not realize I did not have that. So then we will use our little item there. Open our shared storage. Let me grab my bags. Where's my large gathering auto gatherers? There they are. Oh, you son of a gun. That was all of them, right? Yep, now I can get the others. I try to sort them in a particular order. It just helps me. There we are. We got all those bags. We've got other bags over here, but we don't need them right now. Actually, there is one we do need. Shared storage. Where is maps? There it is. I don't want to lose this. Let's put it right down here. I am looking for... Oh, do I not have it? I guess I took those out and I've got them on my other characters, so nope, I don't have it. We can get there. It's not a problem. Where's the stable master? Stable master. Is there no... It's right here. Duh. It just as I say that, he's standing right in front of me. We want to go to... Rivendell. We'll pay 1 mithril coin to get there because I haven't been to there yet on this guy, apparently. I get mithril coins when I buy coffers and stuff like that, and this is pretty much what I use them for, is to get places for the first time so I don't have to actually ride there the first time. Come on, I can't get him to... Okay, whatever. I don't care. I want to go over to... the last homely house. Let's use a coin and get there. Don't have to, but I got tons of them. We're going over here so we can grab our other LI and mess around with that a little bit as well. Like I said, this particular session is going to be trying to figure out my level 140 Guardian so I can start playing him more. I'd like to be able to tank for my kinship and raids. And to do that, I'm going to need a good tank. My champion is a great DPS. He's not a great tank. I wouldn't try to be a tank on him. Just probably would not work out well. What's all this stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Different things. Oh, class retreat. They were reset for Guardian. Okay, well, it is what it is. We got all of our weekly email things. Okay, we'll have to reset our things, but that's fine because I was going to figure it out anyway. Just like my champion, I'm going to have 2 weapon builds. One for my tank build and one for my DPS build. And yeah, my hotbars are a hot mess right now, so don't look at those. I'm going to completely redo all of that. And keep in mind, I will likely get most of this wrong, because I am not an expert in Lord of the Rings Online. I play Lord of the Rings Online, and I stream Lord of the Rings Online for one reason. I flippin' love this game. That's all there is to it. That's literally all there is to it. Alright, Word Horde is where we're trying to get to. This is where all the legendary item stuff is. So, first things first, I want to get something here. I want to get, where's it at? Map to Tracery Archive. I need to buy one of these so I can get back here easy next time and keep it on this character. Where did I go out into the map thing? Yeah, it did. Okay, so there was a slot open. Perfect. Perfect. It's exactly where I wanted that to go. Now, barter items. I am looking for a Guardian legendary item. What does this look like for my one-handed build? Probably going to go with a sword, to be honest with you. I just want to see what the other things look like. That's a dagger. And of course I can use cosmetics to look like anything I want, but I just want to see what they look like right off the bat. There's the one-handed sword, is what I'll be getting here in a moment. That's the two-handed sword? Yep. And the Guardian belt that I already have. Which I'm trying to think if I want to get a second Guardian belt, one that's specifically for tanking and one that's not. On my champion, I use my rune item. You know, you have 2 legendary items. I have my swords that are very specific to the build of whether I'm doing single target damage or if I'm doing AoE damage. And then the rune, or whatever the second legendary item, I have that as a generic that works for both of them. But I'm almost leaning towards having 2 sets of 2 for the Guardian, because I think I may need to be a little more specific. The problem there is if I do that, it's even more traceries and all that stuff that I have to build up. And that is one of the difficult things in this game. When you start alting, and we all do, we all play tons of alts, the higher end game content requires a ton of grinding to be able to set up more than one set of legendary items. It takes an enormous amount of effort. And that's the only reason that I don't specifically have 2 sets of 2 on my champion, but I may do it on the Guardian because he's a lot more specific in the fact that there is a tank build as opposed to a DPS build. So I may do that, and I'll probably pay the price for that because I'm going to have to grind like crazy to get all the traceries and everything that I eventually need. But I think that's the route I'm going to go. So let me go ahead and grab this Guardian belt for 200 ancient script. And then we will grab a one-handed sword. Where's that at? Is that the one? Yeah, one-handed sword. We'll grab that. Now, we will reforge these, and I will name them appropriately so that I know that they are specific to my tank build. So we're going to do the legendary item forge. And by the way, you don't have to do that through the item, the VIP item. You can do that through these NPCs that do the legendary item forge. That is the normal way of doing it. So this Guardian belt is my new Guardian belt, and I'm going to call this Tank Belt. Not the greatest name in the world, right? But, and why is it not letting me reforge? You cannot afford to reforge this item. Oh, I don't have money on this character. Is that right? Hold on. Yeah, they're right. I don't. But that's one of the reasons that I do what I'm about to show you. I keep a tab in my shared slot, and every time I get account-wide money, I put it in there. So when I say account-wide, it says bound to account. And therefore, I can go in at any time when I need money on one of my alts and pull out some stuff. What is that worth? 10 gold. All right, let's see how much that gets me. So then I'll go into barter. Nope, not barter. Can I sell to her? Nope. Then we will open up this. Go to browse shop. Sell. That got me quite a bit. That got me quite a bit. Now I've got 31 gold. I'm fine now. So now let's reforge. I'll go ahead and do it through here this time. Tank belt. Okay. And the sword. Do I have enough gold? I gotta sell more gold. My bad. Dirt-to-dur. Shared storage. Let's go ahead and get all the money out. Why is it? The server's acting weird today. Alright. Now let's sell that. Why didn't that gold show up? What is that? Bag of coins. That's weird. Why is the server acting so weird? Disenchanted a bag of copper coins. I right click it and nothing happens. Oh, for delving. That's not an ordinary coin. Oh my god. Okay. That is different. I did not catch. That was totally. See, the server's acting weird. The shared bank comes up. Then when you try to use it, it goes away for half a second. Alright, what do we got now on money? 74 gold. We're good now. So let's legendary item and we'll put tank sword. Boom, we got it. Alright, so now that we've done that, now we begin the painful process of buying all the traceries. But before we do that, we need to figure out our build. And one of the things I want to do is get all of these off of here. We had pets down here because we added new stuff and they all just showed up and everything on our hotbar. Alright, so let's go into here first. We're going to choose the defender spec. A true defender of allies, using taunts to protect allies and a broad shield for protection and survival. You get challenged, draws enemy threat away from your allies with a 1 minute cooldown. It's got a 7-meter radius. Shield taunt. It's got a 5-second cooldown. Laugh at your enemies after bashing them with your shield swipe, taunting them. This skill draws the enemy's attention to yourself. Requires the use of shield swipe. And Litany of Defense has a 1 minute 30-second cooldown. Cries out to surrounding enemies, slowing their attack. Cashes out all fortification effects on the Guardian in order to double their mitigations for a short period of time, while also intercepting 10% of the Fellowship's damage for each stack removed. So that has a duration of 15 seconds, as plus 2% physical mitigation, plus 2% tactical mitigation, which duration of 15 seconds, effects applied to the Fellowship within 80 meters. Okay, so we will definitely take this. We're in spec for the tank build, and one of the things we're going to do is we're going to rename this to tank build. I know these are very, just great names, right? Then before we get started on building that out, I'm going to hit number 2 here, and on number 2 I'm going to choose the Keen Blade. Focuses on dealing damage. Skills have high base damage, bleeds, and powerful finishing skills. Overwhelm. 10-second cooldown. Deal a powerful attack that will add an overwhelming wound if a deep wound is present. Requires a parry response. So it's a dot. Damage with a dot. Okay. Click on that. And we're going to rename it to DPS build. There we are. Now let's click back over to I don't want to show this again. Let's get rid of that message. To our tank build so we can work on it. Why did this go? Oh, because I didn't actually do anything after I clicked it. I need to spend my points. Durr. Okay, so one of the things about this is you'll notice that the yellow spec is no longer a choosable spec as your main spec. It's an enhancer spec, I guess. I don't know what they call it, but basically you can use it when you're blue or red without a penalty for taking it. So it'll only be like 1 point to take most of these. That one there you can see it is 2 points for the next rank, but most of it is like 1 point. Whereas like when I'm blue and I would be trying to use red, you'll notice everything is 2 points for the next rank. So, yeah, it's only 1 point for the next rank of everything in blue because that's what I'm actually spec'd. So what they did is they determined that yellow was not something that they wanted to have as a main spec kind of thing, but it's an enhancer to the other specs. So you want to keep an eye on these over here because you'll probably want to intersperse some of these things in with your actual build. Force opening, that is a good one. An attack that will force open a parry response. That's something you definitely want because remember there's some things over here from parries. Let's see here. So Relentless Assault. Sting gains a chance to provide a block and parry response. That is something that you do want. We will take every bit of that. And that opened up Guardian's Defense. This trait enhances your armor, critical defense, partial block chance, and mitigation, and reduces shield wear while blocking. We don't have to worry about shield wear because we got the VIP with the buff, so we don't take anywhere. Plus 10% armor, plus 10% critical defense, plus 2.5% partial block mitigation, plus 2.5% to partial block, and then negative 25% shield wear when blocking. Okay, that's automatically going to be, we're going to get that because we spent the points. Now, what's this here? Tireless Defender. Your Guardian's Ward skill will reduce skill power cost while active. 10% Guardian Ward power cost reduction. Okay. Guardian's Ward Tactics. Guardian's Ward will now provide additional tactical mitigation with each rank. So I do want that because if I'm tanking, I don't want to be getting nuked to hell and back. That's what tactical is. Guardian's Pledge strengthens defense briefly. So it's a 15-second duration on a 3-minute cooldown, and that's going to give me some evade, parry, and block chances. A very good thing to have. And before we finish this all off, now that I think about it, we should clear off our hotbars so that whenever we hit apply down there, it'll throw the buttons on here and we won't have things in the way, and it'll be easier to set up our character. These here I specifically keep the same on every single character, so I'm not going to change those. Now ignore pain, I will leave that, and catch a breath. Those are very specific as well. Charge I'll probably leave, and turn the tables. Is that when dazed, stunned, or knocked down, recover from impairment? Yeah. Yep, so those will stay because those are specific as well. I keep those on every character as well, is what I'm trying to say. Just not saying very well, but that's what I'm trying to say. Bellow reduces cooldown of challenge, increases the range of challenge, and fray the edge. Okay, so we can get that all the way down to negative 25-second challenge cooldown, and that's absolutely needed for tanking 100%. We will go back and get this. I'm just looking at the other things. Eventually, when you are max level, you will have everything in your main spec. You'll have enough points to have everything, and then other things as well. It's just when you're leveling up that you need to be more conscious of what you're choosing. Strike a hard blow with your shield, interrupting enemies. Okay, we do want an interrupter. Shield Smash can now hit multiple targets, and its range is slightly extended. We will take that. And Reversal. Turn the Tables has a reduced cooldown and will provide brief combat state immunity when used. Negative 6 turn the tables cooldown, plus 4 combat state immunity duration. This seems insanely good. What was this one? Go ahead and take it. Power cost reduction. don't usually have problems with powers, why I'm not really clicking it just yet. Protect an ally by intercepting all of their incoming damage to yourself. Target cannot evade, parry, or block. Transfers all damage from the target to the caster. Negates armor damage. Must have. Shield of Light enhances the skill protection by the shield. Okay, skill called protection by the shield. It enhances it. Increases perceived threat generation and shield taunt targets. Plus 3% perceived threat, plus 1 target of shield taunt, negative 1% reduction to incoming damage on protection by the shield. All the way down to that down there. We will take every bit of that. By the way, the things that we've been gaining by getting these over here, let's go through those real quick. Adaptability, years of training in combat provide you a near fifth sense and help you avoid damage from all sources. Negative 1% incoming damage from all sources. Protection by the shield, that's that ability I was talking about. Fellowship and raid members near you receive less damage. You enhance your allies, improving their defenses and incoming healing. Okay. It's got an 8-second cooldown. That sounds fantastic. What do we got here? Challenge the darkness. Your challenge skill will affect additional targets and cast Guardian's Ward when used. Okay. Strengthen the bulwark. Your fortification buff will provide additional damage mitigation per stack. Your critical hits with shield skills will also automatically apply a stack of fortification. Alright, so what else do we got? Wall of Thorns. A strong left arm helps you to better use your shield as an offensive tool. Plus 5% shield skill damage and plus 3% shield skill critical chance all the way down to 25% and 15%. Sounds freaking amazing. Increases incoming healing. Yes, please. Thank you. We'll take every bit of that. Increases physical mitigation. This is Warrior's Fortitude. Increases physical mitigation. Increases incoming healing and block and partial block ratings. That's a thank you. Can I have more of it? No. Stoic. Warrior's Heart gains a chance to apply a damage bubble on use. At rank 6, the bubble's potency is increased and it provides a damage reduction effect. Plus 20% chance for Warrior's Heart to apply a damage bubble on use, all the way down to 100% chance. Why is the last two the same? Rank 5 is 100% chance for Warrior's Heart to apply a damage bubble on use, and rank 6 is 100% chance for Warrior's Heart to apply a damage bubble on use. So rank 5 and 6 seem identical. I don't understand that one. Maybe that's a wording issue in when they wrote it. I don't know. Juggernaut. Block all attacks briefly, reflecting some damage back to your enemies. Sets block chance to 100%. Expires if out of combat for 9 seconds. Duration is 15 seconds on every harmful skill targeted at you. On partial block. 1,440 common damage. Duration 15 seconds. You are immune to all combat states. Wow, I like that. And finally, throw aside your defenses to unleash punishment upon the enemy. Smashing Strike will cash out maximum stacks of fortification for a 15% group damage buff and personal 50% damage buff for 15 seconds. Break ranks cannot trigger more than once every 60 seconds, so once a minute. Plus 5% outgoing damage. We'll take it. Now, this is what I was talking about. We have plenty of points. We'll go back here and hit these last 3. The last ones that we picked up were, I believe this here, bolstering blocks. Blocking attacks will restore a small amount of morale. Yay! And Shield of the People. Your shield skills are twice as likely to provide you with a fortification buff. At 5 stacks, you will provide a fellowship-wide mitigation buff. 25% chance for shield skills to apply a fortification buff. That's freaking amazing. Before we go forward, I'm going to hit apply. And I'll get all of those abilities thrown across all here. So we'll go ahead and put these up here, because we're going to be arranging all of our abilities in a moment. We don't want to mess with it right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go straight to yellow and ignore red for a while, because I'm sure there are things over here that are absolutely beneficial and necessary for tanking. First off, Force Opening. Slowly increases threat. Any skills that are based on a successful parry response may now be played. So I'm going to take that. Your experience in combat has taught you that properly measured defense can in fact increase your ability to counterattack. Plus 2% Guardian's Ward melee damage buff. Okay. And yeah, that's all 1-pointers. Bastion of Light. Fortify the ground around you with shimmering light, weakening agents of the enemy who find themselves within. This is 5%. Oh, and first off, that's a duration 15 seconds, cooldown 15 seconds. So basically, you apply it every time it comes up if you want. 5% chance on hit to spread debuffs on the target to up to 3 targets within 10 meters affected by Bastion of Light. We will take that. Then this is a continuation of it. Enhance the skill Bastion of Light. Increases the range of Bastion of Light by 2 meters. Your damaging skills have a 10% chance to copy your debuffs from one target onto up to 3 targets affected by Bastion of Light within 8 meters. And then it goes up to 20% and 30%. I think that is fantastic. We will take all of them. And then this one's also a continuation. Flash of Light. Enhances the skill Bastion of Light. Bastion of Light now deals light damage over time to those in the hotspot. We'll take it. Tenderize. Using your parry and block chain attacks increases your critical rating. This effect may stack up to 5 times and will expire out of combat. Yes, please. Alright, Warrior's Guile. Increased tactical mitigation, critical defense, evade, and so forth. There's no reason not to take that as a tank. Increases block and parry chance. Yes. This is what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you take these things? Singular Focus. Your focus allows you to target weaknesses in enemy defenses, hastening their defeat. Scoring a critical hit with single target response skills will decrease the target's mitigation. I don't see that as a bad thing, but I want to see what else is available. You are able to block with 2-handed weapons. Now, we're not going to be doing that in our tank stance. Ignore the Pain will remove additional debuffs at the cost of a longer cooldown. I don't know about that. That's the Ignore Pain down here. It's got a 5-second cooldown. I like the fact that I can get rid of more. Where was that at? I can get more debuffs off of me if they're like debuffing the crap out of me. But you notice down there at the bottom, that's going to add 6 skill cooldown. It's going to add, I think, 6 seconds to that. Do I want to do that? I'm not certain. Huh. That's interesting. What was this one? Yeah, that's right. That was the 2-handed, right? Yeah. Blocking attacks will increase your critical defense rating. This effect may stack up. This is a no-brainer. Why is the yellow going down over here? I don't understand that one, to be honest with you. It's interesting. You know, there's not like a thing over. That's for the blue line, but some reason this yellow as I'm choosing is making that go down. I don't understand that at all. War chant. Shout out to dishearten and impede advancing enemies. Okay. Requires war chant. Why does it say requires war chant when the name of this is war chant? That's weird tooltip. Does light damage and it lowers their critical hit chance by 2.5%. And then this is a continuation of it. Increases the number of targets affected by your War Chant skill. War Chant will also reduce cooldown of your block and parry response skills. That just became a must-have by that add-on, I think. What else do we got? Thrill of Danger regenerates power, increasing with every enemy near you. The skill works in combat only. Well, that's interesting. That actually sounds beneficial. Redirect. Strike their enemy and reflect a portion of their damage back at them. Requires the use of retaliation or whirling retaliation. I think that's more... I'm just kind of thinking that's more of my DPS line because I'm doing more parries and stuff and I want to reflect it back at them. but I'm not positive. What's the continuation on that one? The redirect skill will absorb and reflect additional damage. This trait is less potent in PvMP. Damage absorbed and reflect and damage. That seems... Okay, let me read it one more time. Strengthening and reflect. So you have to hit them with this ability, and then it will put that on them for 10 seconds to reflect 10% of damage. It's to the point where what I'm starting to think in my mind is how many abilities am I going to be using in a fight. As I start getting a lot of abilities, it ends up being, well, do I hit this ability very often? Do I have too many abilities to worry about? I need to check what the continuation of this power one was. For a short period of time, your Thrill of Danger skill will allow you to restore a small amount of morale every time you are hit. Now that actually seems good. The Thrill of Danger, I'm trying to figure something out on that. I see a cooldown, but I don't see a duration. Regenerates power with every enemy near you. It's got a cooldown. Is it? Huh. I don't understand that. If it's just a hit it once or something. But this, I like that. For a short period of time, your Thrill of Danger skill will allow you to restore a small amount of morale every time you are hit. So I think it's going to be every minute you could hit the ability and it's instantaneous, and then for a short period of time, 10 seconds in fact is what it says, you will get health back when they hit you. That seems extremely good if I'm understanding that right. What do we got here? Disabling strikes, the potency of your non-damaging debuffs is increased. Okay. I think that's worth taking. It's only 1 point to take it. What are these? Increases area of effect skill damage. Okay, so my AoEs, like the light that I'm putting on the ground, that will increase it. And this says enhance the skill's protection by the shield and protection by the sword. Plus 2% to incoming healing to protection by the shield. Adds a damage shield to protection by the sword. That's a 2-pointer. Seems good, but that is a 2-pointer. Okay, now I need, this is the difficult part where I need to go back up here, and I'm thinking I will eventually need that. I need somebody who knows tanking on a Guardian to give me some tips on that. I'm probably going to make bad decisions here. Dishearten and impede advancing enemies. I do like that. And then that. The reducing the cooldown on my response skills seems incredibly powerful. But before I go too far into it, and I liked this one, but having to hit the button on it kind of makes me wonder. The redirect. Man, these are I don't know whether to take these or not. I really don't. Those are ones that I don't know. What's this last one? Cataclysmic Shout deals damage and stuns surrounding enemies, applies Guardian debuffs and some bleeds to affected targets. That seems pretty OP. Woo, that takes 4 points. I think you have to take it. I think so. So this was a very area effect. I'm going to avoid that one for now. I like the increased healing on that. At the same time, if I was doing this, that's 2 points. This is 2 points. If I did this and then this, I could gain health every time I'm getting hit. Wow. Really don't know what to take. I think I need to get at least one additional debuff. That's going to raise that to 6 seconds, I think. No, it's going to raise it to 7 seconds. I think that's. Man, I'm going to do this wrong, and I know it. By the way, before we go too far, let's look at the red. Increases your chance to score critical hits. This one is going to be deals a thrusting blow to open a deep wound. And this one is going to be additional damage on two-handers. We're not going to worry about those right now for the tank build. We're just not. We're just not. I know somebody out there's got to be screaming at their monitor right now. What are you doing? Why are you taking that? Are you a moron? Strike the enemy and reflect a portion of their damage. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is an ability. This is an ability. This is an ability. So when you're sitting there in the heat of combat and fighting, those are 3 more buttons to push. And how well can I put those into my rotation with everything else that I'm hitting? That's the thing. Everything seems great when you're first looking at it, but then you have to think about, what can I actually get in the seconds that I am fighting? What can I put in my rotation that's actually going to be used? And that's what I don't know. I do like this though. Requires use of retaliation or whirling retaliation. So that's what I need to find out. Let me check for something. RET. Don't see it there. Let's go into our abilities. That's not where I want to click. I want to click over here. Alright, so I do have retaliation and whirling retaliation. Retaliation after parrying an attack requires a parry response. But generally, when I've done shield builds in the past, I'm doing shield stuff, not parry stuff. I'm doing block responses. Which makes me wonder, will I have the time to actually be putting this into a rotation? These retaliations. Because those require parries. Let me show you what I'm talking about if I can find it. So yes, shield swipe, shield taunt, shield smash. You can see here at the top requires a block response. So when you get a block response, you'll go down these things. And so it's the shield swipe, then the shield swipe opens up shield taunt, and then this one is based off of bash or shield taunt. Either one of those will trigger this one. So that is 3 different button presses. So you can think of that in like 3 different half seconds or second or whatever that you're pushing. And in the time that you're rotating your abilities, will I have time to do both shield responses and parry responses? And my thought process is no. No, I won't. I'll probably just be doing shield responses. And because I'm just doing shield responses, makes me think that anything over here in yellow that I'm taking that's based off of parry is probably incorrect. That's just thinking about it, and I'm probably thinking it wrong. Like I said, I'm not an expert at Guardian or Lord of the Rings Online for that matter. So let me rethink some of these things here. So requires the use of retaliation. So I'm not going to worry about the redirect. I do think that this one's beneficial. This one regenerates power, increases with every enemy around you, and this gives you health back when you're being hit by those things every 10 seconds. I think that is absolutely beneficial. I'm going to put one there. Let me go back up the line here and look for anything that was parry based. Using your parry and block chain attacks increases critical. So block. So my shields will be fine on that. That increases both block chance and parry chance. Okay. So I don't see anything else about parrying up there, but I am going to stay away from this. Going to stay away from that. Let you target weakness in enemies' defenses, hastening their enemies to their defeat. So that's another. What is this? Hold on. That's not an ability. That's just scoring a critical hit with a single target response. Okay, single target response skills. And I think that's what my shield focus, shield bash, and all that is. So I think that is absolutely beneficial. Now, we've got 3 points left. We're only going to be able... Oh, these are only 1 pointers. So we can put 3 in down here. I'm not going to worry about these. Not for now. Just keep in mind, I'm level 140. I've got another 20 levels to go that I'm going to get points on. So right now at 140, I'm going to worry about these only. We're going to put... I'm going to go with trying to get my health back, but this will lower my cooldowns on it as well. And distribute that evenly. Then for the last one, I think I'm going to go... I think there's more benefit in taking a second off of that than there is in just 0.5% more health. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to apply that. So we got more abilities that we'll put up here. And we will work on that afterwards. Now that we've done that, let's go to the much easier side of this, the DPS build. We'll choose red. And we will definitely be using a two-handed sword, so we want all 5 of these. That improves our damage with two-handers. Increase your chance to score critical hits when using combat skills. Yes, 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 and yes. Thrust. Deal a thrusting blow to open a deep wound. Requires the use of brutal assault, retaliate, or whirling retaliate. We do want that. And then this is going to increase our, I believe, our damage from it. Increases the damage and duration of deep wound and overwhelming wound. So yes, 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 yes. And by the way, yes. We will be able to take all of these, as we found out on the blue one before. I'm high enough level to be able to take all of them, but we're going to read them so that we know what they are. Broad strokes. Sweeping cut will affect additional targets, and at a max rank, sweeping cut will apply a bleed. So yes, that's freaking awesome. Then we have brutal assault. Oh, before we go further, notice that all of the hotbars down here reset, because each build has its own hotbars. So let's go ahead and clear this up so that we can get... Let me move this over here. Afraid of the edge. So we can get all of our abilities again, just like the last time on the other one. As you can see, there's a lot of work in setting up builds. A lot. These are all the same. They will stay. Okay, now we'll continue on. So, brutal assault. You use brute strength to hammer home a well-placed blow. If a deep wound is present on the target, brutal assault will add a brutal wound. That's fantastic. Your keen understanding of battle allows you to hone your attacks, making each blow from your brutal assault more potent. Yes, yes, absolutely, positively, yes, thank you very much. Can I have another? Brutal wound leaves enemies bleeding even more profusely, so they will bleed more and die faster. Invigorate response. Restores power when using parry or block response skills. Then, yeah, I mean, no-brainer. And we have To the King. Throw your full weight into a powerful attack against a single foe. And yes. Then the To the King sometimes blinds you with rage, increasing your damage but reducing your defense. Since you're in DPS mode, I mean, that's not, you know, not an issue. You're not tanking, is the point. Reckless attack, when filled with blind rage, make a final and devastating attack, dealing great damage at the cost of some morale, ending your rage. So you will lose a little bit of health. It's not much compared to what we actually have, but you will do some massive damage. Sting of Justice. Your blows carry the weight of justice behind them, biting flesh more deeply with each blow. So let's increase your damage over time abilities by a considerable amount. It goes up to 20% at the top rank. Warrior's Advantage enhances melee damage, melee critical chance, parry, and partial parry ratings. I mean, it's no-brainer. And finally, Hammer Down, a devastating blow that inflicts increased critical damage. And then we have a continuation. Hammer Down strikes enemies with impossible force, stopping their bleeding while dealing massive damage. Successful strikes with Hammer Down now remove all active bleeds, dealing bonus damage and applying a more potent ruptured artery for each bleed that is removed. -5 Hammer Down cooldown. Yes, that's awesome. We're going to hit apply to go ahead and get all of those abilities. That gave us quite a bit. We'll move those up here. You can see if you're a min-maxer that this is the game offers a ton of that, and there's a lot of strategy. By the way, we went through all those, so let's go through what we gained as being the King Blade by spending our points. Valor Strength. This trait enhances your melee and critical damage. You get 10% melee and 10% critical damage. Bleed Them Dry. You strike with fury, leaving your enemies with more potent wounds, plus 10% bleed damage, plus 2 Guardian Bleed pulses. And Protection by the Sword. You enhance a target's ability to parry attacks, and when they parry or partially parry a blow, you gain a parry response. So I believe you put this on somebody in your group, and when they parry, you get a parry response. Righteous Fury. You revel in the fury and the fray, channeling your martial skill and prowess into deadly attacks and unlocking your response skills. 20% to melee damage, plus 20% to critical melee damage for 20 seconds. Any skills that are based on a successful parry response may now be played. Duration for 6 seconds. And any skills that are based on a successful block response may now be played. That's 6 seconds. The cooldown on that's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then we have Virtuous Charge. Your charge becomes Virtuous Charge. Your charge becomes Virtuous. That's great. It just becomes. It doesn't tell you what it does. All right. This trait further increases your melee damage and critical damage multiplier, plus 5% melee damage, plus 10% critical damage multiplier. And finally, Prey on the Weak. Successful attacks against an opponent suffering from bleeds will inflict additional damage. Now, over here, again, force opening. We want that so we can force parry responses, basically, for the DPS build. What is this? You experience in combat taught you to properly measure, blah, blah, blah. I know we went through this before, but my brain's already forgotten some of it. Melee damage buff, so yeah, we'll take all 5 of them. This one was the light thing. We will definitely take that. I want to do as much damage as humanly possible. Using your parry or blockchain to increase your critical rating, yes. You're going to see most of these are very much the same as the last one. Increase tactical meat, yes. We want to increase our chances for parries, obviously. And for single target, yeah, we want to be able to hit them better, so we want their mitigations to go down. You're able to block with two-handed weapons, yes, thank you. Because in this build we are using two-handed weapons. Ignore the pain. I am not tanking at this point, so I am going to go ahead and take all of them so that whenever I get something on me, I can take them all off. Blocking attacks will increase your critical defense rating. Like, we're not going to block. Not worried about that. Shout out, dishearten and impede advancing enemies. That's going to do some more damage to them and lower their critical hit chance. And this one was the power one. This was the redirect one. Okay, so yes, and we'll take that. We're running out of points fast. I wasn't paying attention. Potency of your non-damaging debuffs is increased. Yes. And then area effect damage and incoming healing. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Adds a damage shield. I do think that's beneficial. This one was the shout one that does some mega stuff. It's 4 points though. Let me read it again. Deals damage and stuns surrounding enemies. Applies Guardian debuff. It's only every 3 minutes. I'm really going to be using this DPS build probably just for overland content, just for questing and stuff. So I'm not really thinking that I want to put points into this right this second, because I'm not seeing myself going up against big bosses, so to speak. The area effect, though, I do want that, and the reason being is if I'm collecting up lots of mobs and I'm throwing down this light to hit everything around me, I want it doing as much damage as possible. Alright, we're going to go with that. Let's hit apply. And let's move these up here so we can then work on setting up our abilities. Now, the thing that you may notice is the fact that we got rid of all of our abilities, and not all the abilities that we see down here are all of our abilities. These are abilities that we gained or enhanced by doing the build, right? So that's different. And we've also got our abilities that exist purely because we're a guardian. So we need to apply those now. Alright, so this is going to be interesting trying to figure out how to do this. Sting. Okay, so I want to do this without getting duplicates. That's the one thing. What is Guardian's Word? What we're going to look at is we're going to look at the amount of time for the cooldown, because that's going to give me an idea of whether I want this at the beginning of my rotation or not. And whether it requires something like Blind Rage on that one there. See, that's 25 seconds. That's not going to be used as an opener of any form. I'm not going to worry about blocks. Common skills. We do have the... Sorry, my throat is giving me trouble. We have Let's Fly. We're going to put that right here on Control 6. That's just like a... I'm not going to use it much, is my point. It's a range thing. Not going to worry about those. Not going to worry about milestones. Not going to worry about mounted skills. Overpowering is of interest, of course. Parries are definitely of interest. Let's see. Thrust is a good one. Requires the use of brutal assault, retaliate, or whirling. Okay. And redirect, we definitely need to put that somewhere, but that's on 32nd, and that's up here, isn't it? Yes. Uppercut, that is my thing for being a human. I have the ability to daze somebody. We're going to put that at Control 1? No. Control 4 for now. Ignore the pain's already down there. Turn the tables. Okay, we'll get into that later on. Protection by the sword. That's up there as well. Bastion of Light, that's up there. Soldier, or what is Guardian's Promise? Makes a whistle to give to a friend, summoning you to their side. Oh, okay. It's already over there. Alright. Warrior's Heart. Is that up there? No. God, this is going to be hard to figure out. I think this is what I'm going to do. Let me get those off there. Don't need those either. Alright. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put every ability up here that's not already up here. And then I can move them around. Sweeping Cut. Virtuous Charge is already down here. By the way, Virtuous Charge, we hover over there, so it'll tell us what it does. Plus 50% run speed. The first target you attack will be knocked down for 5 seconds. Alright. Cooldown is 40 seconds on that. Stampamine is my interrupt for inductions. We want that right here on number 8. That's where I always have my interrupts on all my characters. I'm going to bring Sting down here. Reckless Attack, that's already there. Hammer Down's already there, right? Yep. Righteous Fury is already there. I said I didn't need these, but we will bring them down here just in case. We'll put them somewhere is my point. That requires a block or a parry. That requires use of a shield. That requires a block response. I may not necessarily need those, to be honest with you. Catch your breath is fine. We've got that. What was common skills? Don't need those. Alright, vexing blow. We don't. Yes, we do have that. It's right here. Quick swipe. Let's strike multiple enemies. Fray the Edge is not down there, is it? Okay, what is this? Taunts enemies into lowering its defenses and so on and so forth. We'll put that down here as well. Shield blow. Shield that will open a block response. I don't have a shield, so I shouldn't be putting that down there. Engage is what? Draws an enemy threat, making you your most threatening target's most threatening opponent. Do I have that down here anywhere already? I don't. And stagger. Don't see it down here. We'll put it down here as well. Brutal assault is down there. Force opening is down there, right? Yep, there it is. Retaliation is not down here yet. Don't think. Whirling retaliation. And smashing strike. Does that require a shield? After using shield swipe or retaliation, smash the enemy with your weapon's blunt pump. Okay, we'll put that down here. If it's not, you don't see it anywhere. Overwhelm. Don't see that anywhere. To the king. It's down there somewhere, isn't it? Yep. Thrust is this one right here. Yep. Redirect is down here, right here. Uppercut, we already put that. Ignore the pain, turn the tables. Is that somewhere down there? I don't think I see it down here anywhere. Warrior's Heart. Guardian thing. Protection by the sword is down there. Bastion of Light is down there. Alright, so we've got them all now. Now we get the fun part of trying to figure out what to do when. So what's got the shortest cooldown? I'm going to start with this 2.5 second. It's a 2 second, requires blind rage. Usually what I do with these, it requires a parry response. We had something that opens a requirement. We'll force open a parry response. So that there, that's 6 seconds. Whenever that fires off, then we go into Control 2, which gives us Control 3, which then allows us to do, I thought this was after using or retaliation. Yeah, after using shield swipe or retaliation. That's retaliation. That's whirling retaliation. Move this over to Control 5. Then we can hit that one for Control 4. And these may go down on this row, but I don't know just yet if I'm going to do that or not. That's a 10 seconder. It's a 4 second quick swipe that will strike multiple enemies. Put that there for right now. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. What is this? Briefly boost max morale. It's got a 2-minute cooldown. We'll leave that right there where it's at. Control 0. Requires the use of retaliation or whirling retaliation. That's redirect with a 30-second. We may have to move this stun somewhere else. We may put that here on 7. Oh, Bastion of Light. Yes, yes, yes. Bastion of Light. We will put that on 6. Where I'd like to put it is here where this charge is, honestly. Which means that I have to put charge somewhere else. We'll hold it right here for right now. That's got a 25-second hammer down. Devastating blow inflicts increased critical damage. That's how long? 25 seconds. Put that on 6. This is an 8-second brutal assault. Opens combat and parry responses. Okay, so this will open a parry response as well. So at 8 seconds, we'll put that right there, and we will brutal assault. How do I want to handle that? So control 1, control 2, control 3, control 4. Those are my opener responses. That's 6 seconds and 8 seconds. I could almost put that down here. I might want to try that. See how that works out. Here, 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 here. Then this one, the redirect requires a retaliation or whirling retaliation. If I make it all the way to 6, then that would be beneficial. I usually put my stun. So where's she at? Where did I put her? Here. I usually put that as control 1, so I'm going to do that as well. This 3-second cooldown with a duration of 30 seconds. I don't want that in my rotation, but I do want to hit that as like a starter or something at some point in the starting of the fight. It does do damage. I just realized that. It does do damage with a 3-seconder. Let me try something here. Where was it? This one. I may want to go ahead and put that in there. I didn't realize it does damage as well as doing all that other stuff. I'm probably making some bad decisions here. But, you know, like I said, I'm not an expert. That's a 10-seconder, a sweeping back and forth strike infernal arc. So that's an AoE, so to speak. It's not much of an AoE, but it is somewhat. I had another one that was AoE, I thought. Put that right there. Okay, it's 8-second cooldown. Protection by the sword. You enhance a target's ability. Okay, so I'm going to put that over here. Righteous Fury. It's got a long cooldown. You revel in the fury of something or other, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I generally put this sort of thing here. There's the one, Vexing Blow. That was an AoE. Put that down here. To the King requires the use of thrust or overwhelm. My thrust was... Where is my thrust? Right here. Requires the use of brutal assault, retaliate, or whirling retaliate. Ah, okay. I see. Man, that makes me want to set up something here as well. That's 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Sweeping cut, that's AoE. And AoE. Let me put my AoEs up here for right now. And I think I want to because this will go into this. So C4 into C5. Reckless attack requires blind rage. I still haven't figured out what my blind rage was. What was it that put me into a blind rage? Something I remember getting said something about blind rage. But I don't know what it was. Yeah, I'm just not going to know until I actually use it, I guess, because I don't know. Fray the Edge taunts the enemies into lowering its defenses and so forth. And this one here is draws an enemy threat, making your targets. Yeah, these are going to be taunts. This one was a heal. I'm just going to have those in bad spots, I can tell you right now. Stagger, an attack that impairs the target, removing a corruption and reducing. Oh, did I do the wrong thing? Yeah, my interrupt is actually always on 7. Number 8 is always my corruption remover. Yeah, number 8. So that has to go there, which means that Whirling Retaliation now doesn't go into the one that I had it as. Gosh dang it. This one. See, that's what I was talking about before when I was choosing the abilities. Way too many abilities now. Way too many. Reckless attack. That's the one that requires blind rage. I don't know what blind rage is. Overwhelm. Deals a powerful attack that will add an overwhelming wound if a deep wound is present. Yeah, I don't know. I just put it there. And turn the tables. When dazed, stunned, or knocked down. Oh, that's this one here. Okay, I don't need that. There, I've already got it. This got, that does have a cooldown, doesn't it? But how long does that last? Doesn't have a duration, so I think it's oh, 8 power per second. So is that, yeah, it's a toggled skill. I'm going to put that up here. Okay. Holy moly. Holy freaking moly. Alright. Now that we've done that, let's take a look at our LI for our DPS build. And let's see, these are all 499s. I don't see anything red, so that's good. Nothing red, so those are fine to keep the way they are. Woo! A lot of work, a lot of work. All right, let's switch to our tank build and do the same thing. God help me. All right, Bastion of Light's already down there. Thrill of Danger. This was a new one, but it is right there. Juggernaut, Shield Wall. Juggernaut is down there. Shield Wall. Is that down there? Yeah, it's right there. Guardian's Pledge is already there. Protection by the Shield is there. So I can... Oh, was I not at the top? I wasted my time. Let's go back to the top. Guardian's Ward. Okay, it's not there. Sweeping Cut, not there. Charge is already down there. And by the way, the other one that I took, you'll notice this one doesn't have the thing where it knocks it down. That's what the Enhanced Charge, or whatever it's called, does. Stamp is my Interrupt. I know exactly where that goes. Sting. We'll go ahead and just put that right here. Shield swipe. These are the ones we need. Requires a block response. And then bash. We've got our catch breath down there. Shield taunt. Requires the use of shield swipe. I believe that was this one. So we've got bash and we've got that. War chant. Shout out to dishearten and impede advancing enemies. It's got a 10-second cooldown. We'll put that on control equal. Shield smash requires use of bash or shield taunt. We will be using these quite often. That's why I've got them down here. Common skills. Let flies. Control 6. Vexing blow was an AoE. Engage was the threat. Oh, I need that down here, don't I? I need to move this charge. I need to be able to do this on a regular basis. Litany of defense, that's down there somewhere, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's not. What is this one? Cries out to surrounding enemies, slowing their attacks and stuff. I need that down here. Challenge. Draws enemies threat away from your allies. We'll probably be moving these further over here since this is my tank build. I'll probably be using those a lot more. Cataclysmic shout. Stagger. That's the removal of corruptions. That goes on number 8. Force opening is super important. I'll put that on number 2. Smashing strike. We'll put that on number 3. Uppercut is usually number 1, so let's move this. And that's right, I need to put this into my rotation, don't I? I mean, I don't have to, but it would be beneficial. Ignore the pain is down there. Turn the tables is down there. Warrior's Heart. That's usually something I put on Control 0. But I may keep that on Alt 0 actually now. Guardian's Promise is already over there. Bastion of Light is right here. I want that right down here. Oh yeah, I pulled this down, didn't I? So I don't need that there anymore. Oh, Thrill of Danger. That's that one that's going to be hard to rotate in. Keep going, keep going. Juggernaut's already down there. Shield Wall's down there. Guardian's Pledge is down there. Protection by the Shield is down here. What is the protection by the shield? Raid members near you receive less damage. It's a toggleable skill. If it's toggleable, I think I'm going to put it over here. And that's it. Okay, so now we can kind of work on trying to figure this out. Okay, so I'm trying to defend myself. I'll put that there. Um, 3 minutes. It's a that's a I'm not going to take damage. You can go screw yourself ability, so we'll put that there. I think I'm gonna put Thrill of Danger. That's part of my heal line here. Cataclysmic Shout, that is a oh, and I've got it right down here. Good, I can take that off. Shield Wall protects an ally by interrupting all of their incoming damage to yourself. It's a toggle skill. And Shield Smash requires use of a bash. Did I have that down here somewhere else? Yes, Shield Smash. Let me take that off there. And we have War Chant. Every 10 seconds, shout out to dishearten and impede advancing enemies. War Chant. And I didn't have that down on my line anywhere else already. No. I think I'm going to put that... Oh, yeah, I'd use that here. That's what I need to put the other one. Yeah. So this is a 10-seconder. This is a 1-minuter. So, I think it's part of this. Yeah, I'm going to make the shift keys up here be my taunting. Yeah, I think that's a good call. And what was this one here? Cries out to surrounding enemies, slowing their attacks, cashes out fortification effects, blah 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 blah, and threat over time. Okay, so I'm gonna put that here. That's a 1-minuter. Yeah, let's move that down. Put it at the end of the line. Vexing blow greatly increases threat. Okay, that kind of works out. I think this is working out better than I thought it would. Let me switch back over to my DPS one and make a change. Now that I realize what I'm doing here. This is a toggleable skill. We'll put it over here. And we'll put this at shift 3. Did I have any more toggleable skills? So put that on the alt. This one was sweeping back and forth. That is a damage thing. This was a damage thing. This was...
David.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Let's see, redirect. Now I'm just not happy with this build. Might have to redo this some after doing the other one. Alright, now that we've done this, let's take a look at our abilities, our stuff here. What is this, by the way? Oh, it's a shield. It's a 477 shield. This is a super low level shield. We don't need that anymore. Why do I have that shield? What was this even? Level 24. It goes to show you how long ago this was played before I did the Valor to go to 140. So what is this shield? Level 140, okay. Alright, so now that we've done that, when we click this on, and click this on, and this on, now we have our tank build set. Let me see, what time is it? My brother's wanting to go do real world stuff. It's 11:15. Alright, I think I'll save the rest of this setting up for another stream, because apparently I've got to go do things now in the real world, getting yelled at. So, I hope y'all had a good time. As always, I have a great time on here. I'll be back later on today at some point, and we will continue working on setting up our Guardian and getting back into playing him tonight at 10 p.m. Central. I will be doing a raid for the first time as the raid leader. In my kinship, we're going to do Throne of the Dread Terror. And it should be a gloriously fun time of me screwing things up. So be sure to come back and check that out. If you're not already subscribed on youtube.com/Pharaone1, please do so. And over on twitch.tv/Pharaone, hit the follow button. Until next time, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Pharaone the Gnome, and I'm signing off. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye!